This is Mary coming to you from Midgoa Physical Therapy, and I wanted to visit with you for a few minutes today about shoulder pain. So lots of us have shoulder pain that comes and goes in our lives, and we don't necessarily think anything of it. And that is probably because our shoulder is one of the most mobile joints in our whole body, and it relies a lot on having good muscle balance around it. And so as we get used to doing our regular activities that are very repetitive, and we don't use our arms in other positions like we did when we were younger, we start having some minor aches and pains or catching or popping that happens in our shoulder. And the best thing to do about that is address it when you start feeling it, rather than wait until it becomes a problem that's keeping you from sleeping, keeping you from being able to lift or carry or reach or do those sorts of things. So I'm going to show you just a couple things today that you can do to help improve that. So one of the exercises that is most commonly prescribed for shoulder pain is to strengthen the rotator cuff. And you can do that by closing a band in a door and wrapping your hand around the band, and then you're going to start with some tension on it while it's about even with your belly button. You want to keep your shoulder, or your elbow, I'm sorry, tucked in at your side, and then just pull out slowly and then come back slowly. And that will strengthen the external rotators of your rotator cuff. I typically recommend you do about 10 reps of this. One set to begin with, and then maybe 2 sets as you feel like you're getting a little bit stronger. You can turn the opposite direction and do that same motion with your elbow tucked against your side. You're bringing the band in towards your belly button, and then you're controlling it back out nice and slow. And that will strengthen the internal rotators of your shoulder. So those muscles really control how our ball moves in the socket, and if they get weak and out of balance, then your shoulder starts hurting or popping or clicking or just feeling sore. You can also add some stretching in that would help you. So one of the stretches that you can do is just a doorway stretch. So you can stand in a doorway and put your hands up on the edge of it about shoulder height, and then step through the doorway with one foot and lean forward. And so what you're doing is going ahead and putting enough lean into it that you're feeling a stretch in the front of your shoulder. You want to hold the stretch for about 30 seconds and then rest. If that hurts your shoulder, if you get a pinching sensation, then you're going to lower your arms until you can do that motion without a pinch or pain. You're just looking for a stretch. If you don't get a stretch down here, then you can go ahead and raise the arms up, and that's going to change the angle enough that you get a stretch in the right muscles that will help take away some of the postural problem that develops in our shoulders over time. And then the last one that I'm going to show you is just called a scapular squeeze. It's taking your shoulder blades and just squeezing them down and back like so. So you're going to be using all these muscles here on your backside of your shoulder blades to help strengthen them and reset your shoulders into a position where they mechanically work better. So give those a try.